Hey, everybody, welcome to tonight's Let's Talk Autism. Hope everybody is doing okay. And if you are brand new to our sessions, what this is all about is a little social gathering of all of us who have loved ones on the spectrum or who are on the spectrum ourselves, coming together to support one another. It's laid back, so grab you some snacks, your favorite drink, and get in your comfy spot and let's talk. If you have any questions, just throw them in the chat. If you can help with anything in the chat, feel free. I myself am a parent just like most of you, and this is what it's all about, us learning, sharing, and supporting one another. Linda won't be joining me this evening. She is out with her Emily. They went to the movies. Um, so I am here solo. Hello, James Kirby. Good. You're saying good morning. It's good evening here. Where are you coming in from, James? Hey, Mary Ellen, you made it. How are you? Hey, Nakia. How are you? Awesome. Oh, you're in the UK. That's why. Okay. Oh, am I freezing? Am I okay to everybody? Can you see me? Am I freezing up on you? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, let me go in here and pin. So I hope everybody is doing okay this evening. Hanging in. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm sorry I'm freezing up on you, Mary Ellen. Let me see if I can find this. Here we go. I want to pin this in the group. So again, for those of you who don't know me, I am Nita. I am one of the admins of this wonderful establishment that we call Autism and Us. It's all about parents supporting parents, us helping one another, and we try to get together online every Sunday just to talk about our journeys, share the good, the bad, and the ugly. It is okay. If you have something good news to share, please post up. We want to hear about it. Let's see, I'm going to have to open this other page. Anyway, as far as me, everything has been going well. School-wise for my young man, I have just requested another IEP, even though we just had one in May. But I requested one because he is now physically in school. So we did that based on his virtual learning for the pandemic, and he had a new teacher. Since he went back to school, he's gotten another new teacher who had to learn him all over again in a physical setting now. And I felt that now is the best time to do the IEP so we can get it a proper one. I got the feeling the teacher was kind of discouraging me. She didn't really want. She was telling me that, well, he has one, and we're doing this, but no. He's physically in the building, and we want to get this done right. Hey, Mr. Charles, I'm gonna put the link in so you can join me up here. Put the link in here for Mr. Charles. So yeah, that's where we're at. So good thing is I want to get his ABA the OT and the speech therapist, all of these that he has outside of the school to be in the meeting along with the OT and the speech that he has in the school so we can all kind of be on the same page. How are you, Mr. Charles?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. So we've been away for a couple of weeks, and I do apologize, but I really did mean to come on last week. I know it was Halloween, but I did want to come on. But my young man decided he wanted to be up all night. He wanted to pull an all nighter, so it was best that I rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how's your day been?
My day has been fine. I gave a public talk this morning, and then
Awesome.
since then I've been, Cindy, I've been relaxing the rest of the day until now.
Okay. And James says, nice to have the views of you as UK have so many brick walls to knock down before autism can even be mentioned, but love your views, opinions, and stories. Oh, awesome, James. I'm sorry you guys have so many brick walls. I know, even here, some parents have problems getting services for their young ones. And I guess it just depends on, where you're at and the times.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Here in the colonies, services vary greatly between one colony and another.
yeah. Yes. Victoria, how are you?
Hi,
So, for
Victoria.
those of you who don't know, Victoria is the admin of our awesome homeschool group. So if you guys are homeschooling, thinking about it, uh, need some resources, information, we have Autism and Us homeschool support, and our very own Victoria. She is the admin over there, and she's homeschooled also, as well as being a paraprofessional. So you can get some great information directly from the source. And she put the link to that group right up in right up in the chat. So anyone who is interested, hop on over there. James says it took 10 years to get our wow with PDA. What is PDA? I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry,
was
James.
I
You
always thought
know?
PDA was public display of affection, but I
Okay,
guess it has another meaning.
Mr. Charles. But yeah, James, if you could tell us what PDA is, I'm not good with these acronyms and you know. Mary Ellen says, and Mary Ellen has an adult son who is on the spectrum. And she says, Marky being in that home, it's rough. The Q is fighting all my proposals. The Q. What is the Q? He is not happy there, but they say he's safe. But will not but not being happy, self-combative happens a lot. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry this happened. Hopefully, things will calm down and get better for him and you. You're welcome, Victoria. Hey, Roxy, Foxy, Roxy, how are
Hi,
you?
Roxy.
And he says, hang on. Okay. Yep. So that's where I'm at as far as IEPs with my child. Anyone else doing a new updated version of IEPs coming out of the pandemic into the school? The woman in charge of him. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So Marky, so you see him often, right? Or you have certain days you can go see him, Mary Ellen? James says it means
Pathology.
pathology demand disorder. Okay, that's something new for me. Pathology demand disorder. Have you heard of that, Mr. Charles?
No, that's a new one to me too. I've heard
Mhm.
of PDD standing for pervasive development disorder, which was a name at one time given to the entire autism spectrum. That
Okay.
name, that term, occasionally you'll hear it still used, but that's kind of outmoded now. But this is a different PDD, pathology demand disorder. Never heard
Okay.
of it.
Yeah, that's something. Hi, Deborah. You can tell by body language and by behavior if they are not happy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you definitely can. Definitely. Hey, Sonia. Waiting for them to find Queen a one on one. Okay. Okay, for her school setting. Yeah.
yeah,
I think with DeAndre, he's in a good place in school because there's only 6 of them, and he actually has a male paraprofessional this year, so that works out well for him. They click
yeah.
real quickly,
That's
but
good.
yeah, but hopefully Queen can get that one on one. Once, oh, you see him once a week for 45 minutes.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Wow.
Mm. He's very high functioning.
Yeah.
Pathology, what was it? Pathology demand disorder. Okay.
Mm.
Now, when DeAndre was first diagnosed, they put him in that category. PDD. What is it? Pervasive.
Pervasive development
Yeah,
disorder. Yeah.
they had him as that, and then his next diagnosis as he got older, because he was 3 at the time, and when he got older, that's when they determined that he was on the levels 2 and 3. So he moved from that category, to the 2 and 3. You you need professionals in that home. Okay, for Mary Ellen. Yeah, I think he's Mary Ellen. What type of home is he in? Is he in um, a home that cares and specializes for autistic adults? I'm wondering. Foxy says, I'm okay, but exhausted going through new things with my babies. Okay. Understandable. Know about exhaustion. Avoidance. Okay. Avoid it. Very high functioning avoidance. Okay. Oh, you're saying, okay. Pathology. Let me go back up here. Demand avoidance.
That
So,
makes sense.
okay.
Yeah. PDA.
PDA. Okay. Yeah, that's something new. And I didn't bring my him up here. Wait, hold on, you guys. My little book fell on the floor. I'm gonna have to write that down because that is something new. Something new for
Well,
me.
it's, I've seen so many cases of the same initials standing for more than one thing. And,
Uh,
well, even ABA is a case in point. It also stands for American Bar Association, but
yeah.
in this group, it doesn't mean that. But
Pathology, demand, avoidance. So this is something new I have to learn about. Okay. He says yes. Okay. And Mary Ellen says he has a roommate, shared a bedroom, 8 in the house. And his roommate is also autistic. Okay, so I'm assuming the caregivers in that home, um, that's what they specialize in, caring for special needs adults. Um, why is it that you can only see them? I'm just curious, and you don't have to answer, but why is it you only can see them 45 minutes once a week? Is that something you chose, or is that something that's in place, part of their housing rules? Oh, okay, COVID. Okay, now I see.
Yeah,
I see.
makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay, interesting. Their policy. Okay. But it's understood, COVID. Yeah. Especially if you have a house full of other people. Yeah, I can understand that. There's Danielle.
Hi,
Hey.
Danielle.
So while I got you guys here also, I'm gonna put this in the and I'm gonna pin it. The 13th is the deadline for photo submissions. Just want to put that out there again. So if you have not submitted your photo for the 2022 calendar and you'd like to, the deadline is November 13th. So I just want to remind everyone for that, and I'm gonna pin that in here. See if it lets me. Sometimes you can pin and sometimes you can't. Um, so that's for the 20 our Beautiful Faces of Autism 2022 calendar, and I won't let. Oh, here it is. Have to go in here and look. Okay, and Foxy Roxy says, yes, changes in Jalen's IEP. She has ABA working with her in the classroom now. She's been banging her head against anything a lot lately, and oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the toughest thing, things I read that parents have to deal with is when you get a kid that wants to run off.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully they can help make things better and um, stop that eloping and banging her head. Hey, Lori, how are you?
Hi, Lori.
Good to see you too.
Good to
James
see you.
says in UK, one family member every 2 weeks for 2 hours max. Oh, okay, because of COVID. That's the company. That's the policy of the company I work for. Okay. And that's because of COVID, though, right now, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I apologize, but it's been a long day for me. I'm tired and I took my medication. Okay. Thank you for dropping in, Mary Ellen. Thank
Have a good
you.
night, Mary Ellen.
Have a great night and rest well. Okay, yes, because of COVID. Yeah. And I know a lot of the schools here um, are, shutting. It's like up and down. One school, you have an outbreak of COVID, and they have to shut the school down, quarantine everybody for a week, do deep cleaning. They go back. Then you turn around and turn on the news. It's another school. I just wish this mess would go away.
A lot of people do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. I mean, there are a few. Flip side. One flip side to it, and that's that it gives the opportunity for people far away to get together. We've learned how to use Zoom, something we never heard of 2 years ago. Never heard of the Zoom app, and all of a sudden,
Everybody's
I
using
mean,
it.
I'm sure the stock of other whatever company makes Zoom took off with the
Oh
pandemic.
yeah.
That
And
but
even
I had
Microsoft Teams, Google, Google Classroom, and Microsoft Teams, all of those took off.
and I mean, today I gave a talk to a congregation in Westbrook, which is some distance away from us. It's maybe about a 45-minute drive from here, maybe about a 30-minute drive, but it's a little drive from here. And my daughter and my grandchildren in Maine were able to tie into it. And I was able to
Awesome.
talk without leaving
That's
my
the good thing. That's the good thing with it.
sitting right here at my computer.
Hmm. Just finished a 14-hour shift. Ooh, yes. James, you should be in bed. You should be in bed resting.
Wow.
14 hours. Wow.
Yeah, I guess labor laws in the UK must be a little different from here, but
Yeah, that's a long, long night or a work day. Just realized I'm getting things ready for tomorrow. It's only 6:20. I forgot. Yeah, I did too. I forgot and I thought about it earlier and I'm like, okay. Yeah, we did fall back, didn't we? An hour. The good thing is that the clocks, you know, they automatically changed, or else I would have been just screwed.
yeah, I had to turn back a number of clocks. Then Cindy was cooking something late yesterday, so she asked me to leave the one on the stove alone. I did. I turned that back this morning, but got all the others, and my watch turned back last
Okay.
night. So
And James says all the schools are open. UK almost back to normal. Oh, that's good.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, all our schools. Well, here in Detroit, they opened up, but they gave the parents a choice. Um, well, I think throughout Michigan, gave the parents a choice, virtual or going back to the building. But it's just that the COVID won't stop. Oh, you say you're just chilling.
That's easy to
Hi,
do this time.
Jesse.
Well, it's easy to do this time of year. Temperature here is 5 in Connecticut. I don't know what it is there in the UK, but
Chilly. Yeah, what is the weather like this time of year, James? Victoria says, I haven't changed my clocks. I always go by my cell phone. Yeah, yeah. It's either my cell phone or my computer because I know these two will go back automatically. I still have to change the microwave and the stove, of course. This year in Alabama, we had no options. It was back to school. Oh, wow. So how has it been? Have you guys had any outbreaks in the school, or has everything been calm and good? Cold, wet, love it. That's your type of weather, huh? Cold and wet. Okay.
yeah.
UK. Sonia says California had no. Okay, made everybody go back in the building. Okay. Mm-hmm. He says, hell yeah. Okay. So, let me see. I'm glad I'm not the only one that forgot about the time. Right.
Well, one thing about forgetting about on fallback night is that you're early for things. You're
Yeah.
not late for things.
Not
If you
late.
are, you
Yeah.
forget about springing forward.
Hmm. Jesse says, I prefer sun. Me too. Me too. We've gotten a lot of rain lately. It's calmed down. It's calm now. It had just started getting cold, but before that, it was just wet, 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 wet. And now, we had a little freeze up. It was kind of nice today, But yeah, I prefer warm.
My
Warm.
ideal day would be a nice, moderately warm day, sunny day with a high around 25. Not stiflingly hot, but just nice and warm.
Oh yeah. I think like 72 would be a
Yeah.
nice nice day. Yeah. I was sleeping with the light on in order to wake up in the light. Wow.
Well,
It stays dark longer, I'm assuming.
yeah.
I wake up in the dark regardless every morning. So I'm up at 3 a.m. So no matter fall up, well, it is a spring forward or fall back, it's still dark.
Yeah. Well, one effect of falling back is that it causes now the sun to come up a little earlier because the temperature is moved back. I mean, the time is moved back, so the sun
Hmm.
so it is lighter at an earlier hour. Uh, but
UK not given choices either. Parents were told they could be fined if their children. Wow.
wow.
Wow. Okay. But you said everything seems to be okay, which is a good thing. Some counties, the big ones, have shut schools down because of outbreaks and teachers quitting. Yeah, we've had a lot of that too. Not necessarily quitting, but teacher shortages, period. But not where we live. Okay. Yeah, we've had schools shut down some of the programs for the kids. It's just been chaos, and there's still bus drivers. They have a bus drivers shortage, and my granddaughter, she's in a Southfield school. So what they did with their school is they go virtually every Friday. So they go 4 days a week now. And they just started this because I guess it's a shortage of teachers. I'm assuming that's the problem. So they go 4 days out of the week, and on Friday, they do virtual. Now it is, but UK is messed up as a country. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully this whole, like I said, this COVID stuff, I just wish it'd go away. Just go.
Yeah. So does everybody.
Lori said, "Oh, that's right. You're in Canada.
She's in
Teachers in
Montreal.
Montreal do not need to be vaccinated. I guess they were afraid to lose teachers. Okay. I think our teachers here are just whether they're vaccinated or not. I'm not sure, but a lot of them because they have families, they don't want to go in the schools right now. They're not ready. So you know."
Yeah. So I guess are your kids learning in French then, Lori?
Oh yeah, Montreal. Yep, French.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It must be. Yeah.
Hmm. Fox Roxy says, I think the shortage is everywhere because I've seen the crazy incentives. Oh yeah. They had even offered our bus drivers like 3,000, 5,000 sign up bonuses. It's really crazy. Yeah. 48% of medical workers are vaccinated. Wow. Yeah, but I just seen over in Canada they had a mandate. I know for the auto workers over there because I'm part of the auto industry too. So they're trying to figure out what they're gonna do with us because I guess the mandate is for around the country here. If the business has over 100 employees, they either have to get tested every week if they're not vaccinated, or they have to get vaccinated something. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm vaccinated, so, and I wear my mask every day. Okay, Southfield has okay, and Pear. Yep.
Is that
Because
Southfield, Michigan?
uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah,
my granddaughter, I know they
right
just
here in Detroit. Yeah.
she'll be doing virtual on Friday. She does virtual on Fridays now.
Okay. So we got two people from Detroit here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Jane. Lori says yes, bilingual, French and
Okay.
English. Okay.
You know, Lori, I got to say, way back, this was way back in 1989. My daughter and I took a trip, just the two of us. We drove up through Canada, drove around the Gaspé Peninsula, and then we stayed for a week in Prince Edward Island. But when we were in Montreal, we went to La Ronde Amusement Park, and we were really impressed by the way that the girls were advertising the concessions there. Would switch between French and English and calling out, inviting people to try their hand at the games there. They had, the ones you try to knock down whatever and win a stuffed whatever.
Sad part is the loyal employees don't get the bonuses, right? Right. If they're gonna offer it, they should offer the bonuses to everyone. Yep, you're right. That is sad. Yep, with 100 workers and over. Where I work, if you're not vaccinated by December, you're out of a job. Yeah, and I've heard some companies also doing, similar to that. You either get vaccinated or you don't work.
Yeah, and of course that's in the UK where you know I mean, everywhere the laws are different, and even what a company requires employees is different.
Hmm. Wow. I have teacher friends all over complaining about the staff shortages and poor work conditions. I know a school nurse who has an office. Oh, yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah. Now, and that's one reason my son has very bad allergies. So his nose runs when his allergies act up. Like, let's just say today, for instance. So I know not to send him to school tomorrow. So he'll be staying with grandma because that the sick kids, and you just never know. You know, yeah, I can believe that because and he goes to Central, and they had to shut down because I believe it started with two kids, and then it just, you know, they didn't tell us the exact numbers, but just spread throughout the school, so they had to shut the school down for a week. Schools in our county do virtual 1 day a week to clean. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Again, I'll say, I just wish it all go away. Just go away. That big wheel at LaRound was funded by my dad.
Oh, yeah. That's the amusement park I was talking about that my
Okay,
daughter and I went to that time. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, this was 32 years ago, so I'm not sure if what you're talking about existed, but I know they had a roller coaster. You went all the way back, and you went all the way forward, around, and you were upside down, and you came back to where you started. I know they had that, and but I don't remember what all they had then now.
That's a great. Okay, shutting down. Yeah,
Yeah.
our schools were closed. Yeah, I think just about everybody's schools Yeah, it was a year. Yeah, I miss virtual. I'm tired. Hmm. Just disappear the same way it appeared. Yeah, just go, go, go. The new Ferris wheel is new.
Okay, yeah, the Ferris wheel. Okay.
So if you're just joining us, what this is all about is just our little social gathering, um, where we can learn and share and support one another. If you have a question, um, feel free to pop it in the chat, or you want to share some good news, some bad news. It's okay. That's what we're here for, just to talk and um, share a piece of our journeys.
Yep.
Yep.
I know in my case, I grew up at a time when not much was known about autism. And so I wasn't diagnosed until I was almost 50. I'm 75 now, by the way. But, uh, you know, and I suspect, well, my daughter and I both suspect that my brother is on the spectrum. He's a math professor at the University of Maine in Farmington.
Uh-huh.
And my daughter and I both suspect that. So did my mom in her last year. She suspected it too, but he's never been diagnosed.
Okay. So he's high functioning. I
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
assume too.
obviously, yeah, yeah.
Older or younger?
He's younger. Yeah, I'm 75. He's 65.
Okay.
So he probably will be retiring sometime soon, but I'm not sure when.
Okay. My daughter is 36. She is hiding on me for 19 years. Only my mom knows what she is up to. She is fine, but still playing a silent treatment game.
That is really too bad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
19 years. Wow.
Wow. Yeah. And my daughter is 49 now.
Okay.
And my grandchildren are, my granddaughter is 22. My grandson is 20.
So my baby girl is only 11 and just got her first menstrual cycle. Oh, wow. Any advice for this mama? She's 11 and has autism, is nonverbal, and has neurofibromatosis. That's another new word I need to learn. Type 1. Okay. And you know who's good with that, with an answer for you? Um, Linda with Emily. I know she talked about that before and had some great suggestions. Anyone else have a daughter on their menstrual that can um, give some suggestions? Lori says, my daughter had her meltdown at 17 for the first time and beat me. Oh my goodness. Then ran away.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
So she stays with your mom, Lori? Wow, that's not good. Autism is the next step on the evolution scale. That's what my little man says, and he's right. How old is your little man? My daughter was 9 when she started. I still remember buying pads and a Barbie. Oh wow. Yeah. 9 years old. Pads and a Barbie. Supposed to live the same day she got. Okay. He's 12. Okay. We lost Mr. Charles. See if he can get back in here. It says device not connected. Daughter is independent in her own apartment, and she is a sports trainer. Wow. Okay. I don't know what happened to Mr. Charles. Every girl is different. Show her what to do and keep pads available. Yes. I think that would be probably the hardest part, especially when they're on the spectrum, because the calendar thing, um, does it work? I don't have a daughter on the spectrum. My girls were pretty easy, but I would imagine. Do you use a calendar method with Queen Sonia? She went to college. Awesome, awesome. She didn't do very well with pads. She took them off. Okay, probably the felon of the pads. Mm-hmm. My daughter did not share anything about her period with me, so she was fine to look after it herself. At 10 years old? Wow. Wow. Okay. Danielle says, I tried a lot of different products for my daughter's cycle and let her choose which thing she likes the best. I got her a subscription for disposable period underwear. Oh, that's interesting. I also downloaded an app to her iPad to help her track it. Otherwise, she will wear a pad each day out of fear. Oh, wow. Out of fear, really? Wow, that's, I guess that would. Oh, there he is. Let me see. I guess that would be a scary thing, especially for young girls, regardless. I keep pads for her and make her stay clean. She never tells me. Oh, wow. So they hide it. Very private about her body. She had an idea because I had been showing her, but she doesn't understand what's going on with her body. Yeah, it could be a scary thing. Wait a minute, Mr. Charles. Can't hear you. Oh, let me see. Unmute your mic. Your mic is muted. Yes, we tried the disposable period underwear, but she also, excuse me, and that can get very pricey real quick. Okay. Angie did not have pain with her period. Yeah, Mr. Charles, I don't know what happened. It's mic went out. Still can't hear you. So you may have to log all the way out and come back in. Yeah, because we can't hear you at all. Well, I can't. I can't hear anything. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that period talk. Yeah, But I like the app, downloading an app um, to help keep track. That's interesting. That's good right there. That may help. The good part is she started a month after her 12th birthday, but we were home due to the pandemic. So she had a year to get, yeah, oh, that was perfect timing. And try different pads of underwear. She was so anemic. We were going to the doctor, so she would have missed school anyway. Okay. Yeah, that was perfect timing, as far as that happening. Okay. When Angie had a serious swimming test and she only used pads, she was told she had to. Yep. I remember those days myself. We had to use tampons if we had swim class. You could not swim that day if you didn't have any. I kicked something and lost both my microphone. Oh no, Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles. I was so mad when they told her to put it on or fail. She never used one before. She did not want any help either. Yeah, if the girls who weren't allowed to wear tampons back then, even for me, back in the school days, they just couldn't swim that day. And if you had a test, a swim test, they would let you take it over. That wouldn't fail you just because a lot of girls can't wear tampons. I try to look at the positive things that came out of the pandemic. Yeah. 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 Got to look for those positive things. Well, I'm off to the land of the fairies, so I will bid you. Well, thank you, James, for joining us. So have a safe day, guys and girls. Been a pleasure. Thank you, and rest well. Rest well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the before I do that, I wanted to let all of you know, if you've seen any of the postings, we have partnered up with Autism Advocate Parenting Magazine. So if you guys get a chance, check it out. By us partnering with them, anytime any of you subscribe to the magazine, a portion of the sales they give to Autism and Us, which goes to Autism and Us. They will also be here doing a couple of lives. The executive director of the magazine, will be here Tuesday to give information and share about the magazine. So if you guys want to join us, please do so. A great time to ask questions. And the parenting magazines, they deal with professionals, doctors, and parents. So it's a great little combination with Autism and Us and the parenting group. So hopefully you guys will make it Tuesday, the 9th, for the interview at 6 p.m. There is a event up for it, so make sure you let us know if you are going. And that is the link to the magazine. You will get a discount using that link or the code Autism and Us, and some more little freebies just because. Okay, Danielle says the governor did away with tampon tax in Michigan and other sanitary. Oh, really? They should have been did that. I haven't seen a tampon or a napkin in years. Yeah, that's good. That should have never been in place anyway. Most definitely. Maybe they have options with menstrual cycles. Yes. Yes. That's a question I may ask too. Let me write that down because that is something a lot of our parents have girls. So, menstrual cycle information. Okay. So I'm going to put the invite because we're coming near the end. Any of you want to join for the last few minutes, feel free. And Lori says, I wish there was more info in Montreal because people do not understand high functioning. It has been a hard life for me with people thinking it is my parenting that caused her to be angry at the world. Wow. Wow. And I thought in Canada they had very good I just assumed that they had very good programs. But I mean, and she's older too. Maybe that's part of the reason. I know some parents who put girls on the spectrum on birth control to stop their periods. Okay. I guess that would be an option, or to help, if not stop it, to help regulate it. There's Mr. Charles and there's Sonia. Hey, everybody. Mr. Charles, are you back with us? Can't hear him. Still can't hear you. Foxy says, I spoke to her pediatrician about those options, but at her age, we are worried about calcium because she doesn't even drink milk. Okay. Definitely needs some calcium. How are you, Sonia?
I am. I am.
You are. Okay.
I
You
didn't realize how exhausting this life would be.
Oh, yeah. It can be very exhausting. Very much.
Yeah. How's DeAndre's sleep pattern?
He slept good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me see what the where is that coming from. I got something. Okay. Okay. I'm still hearing myself. But actually after that day, he slept really good. He's been sleeping. Once in a while, he'll go through those bouts, even after his medication.
I don't have any medication, but she has her own little routine, and I let her go with it. It's like she's up most of the night, and then she'll get maybe 2 3 hours of sleep. But when I get up to get ready for school, she's already dressed and ready to walk out the door. So I'm like, okay, if that's good with her, it's good with me. I haven't got any complaints about her falling asleep in class yet, so I let her be her.
All right. Yeah, they say you're echoing, and I hear an echo too.
Yeah.
Do you have on two? Do you have on two?
No.
I don't know why it's echoing. Mr. Charles, you? Let me see. Okay. Can you hear me?
Is it still an echo?
Mr. Charles? Okay. Mr. Charles? Okay, see when I mute? No. Let me try it again. Mr. Charles? Okay. So when I mute Mr. Charles, then the echo goes away. So it's something in his background. Okay. And Lori says, no, nobody ever said there was anything unusual about my daughter, but all of her symptoms were blamed on me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Argumentative, dramatic ways, but she won the drama and English award in her last high school year. Okay. Okay. Are we still echoing, you guys?
Oh, here I go.
Okay. I have Mr. Charles. I had to mute his mic. Maybe it's something going on with the computer tonight.
Now, what is the difference between having a late when they have a late diagnosis? Because Queen wasn't diagnosed until what, 7?
Okay. Let me see if
And
Mr. Charles can talk. Are you able? No, no. Can't hear you. Yeah, can't hear you, Mr. A late when you say a late diagnosis.
she wasn't diagnosed till 7. She fell under the radar in her other schools, and the school she's in now caught it
Okay.
in what, 3rd grade, 4th grade, and now it's hard for me to get everything that she needs. I'm figuring because of COVID, but it's harder to reach them when it's late in the game, isn't it? The
Yeah.
child themselves, because
Now they,
I can't seem to figure out her routine for the life of me.
now that let me see if Mr. Charles. Okay, can you talk? Nope. Okay. I had to mute you again. Now that's something maybe one of the other parents who had a late diagnosis. Now with DeAndre, his father actually noticed it when he was like 2, noticed something was going on. So that was the push for us. I kind of let things go fly over my head.
That was me. I always knew something in
Mm-hmm.
my heart and what I saw with her, but I never said anything to anybody. I let it go and I dealt with her accordingly. But now
Mm-hmm.
that she's older and she knows what she has,
Mm-hmm.
it's like everything is all coming out now. All her behaviors are starting to happen now at a late age.
Late age. Yeah. So
Because before
maybe
it was just running around, pointing to the TV, different little things. Now she's sneaky and she does the pulling out of her hair and um the stimming is bad. I mean, she breaks beds and everything.
oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She won't do any schoolwork for people. She'll only talk to you when she wants something.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask her a question and the answer is no, you'll get no response, just a blank face. But if you call her a liar and she's telling the truth, then she'll argue you down. I'm not lying, but it's just different little. I don't know how to really explain it, but her appetite changes constantly. I'm stocking up on stuff I know she likes, and then she doesn't like it anymore. So I have to go to the next, and I'm like, I don't know what you want. It's crazy. I'm just going through it.
So I'm thinking because of COVID, I'm thinking maybe after everything, maybe you can get her the proper behavioral, and it doesn't necessarily have to be ABA. It can be any behavioral therapy to see if you guys can make that connection. Um, Maybe one of the other parents that had a later diagnosis can help you with that too. And maybe we
Mm.
can get these professionals that we're getting ready to have on with the magazine. Well, with the magazine, maybe they have some good tips for you too. But yeah, I would say now, does she go to a neurologist?
Mm. She just had his pediatrician.
Maybe ask to get in touch with behavioral specialists. They have, the doctors. My son goes to one through his neurologist. And so he sees her like 2 times out of the year, and she's good with recommending. She monitors his behavior and talks to me about what he's doing, and if he needs certain things, she will suggest, well, maybe you can try this, or maybe you can try that, that type of thing. But yeah,
It's a lot.
yeah, I, I know, I know, babies, baby.
Whew.
Lori says, I know the site. Wait a minute, we're echoing. Got to mute you again, Mr. Charles. I know about the silent treatment, so I ignored it after asking her what is wrong. Mm. She told me that she won't tell me what is wrong because I always want to fix it. Wow. Behavior, and Pam says behavior specialists can help. Yes, definitely. Definitely.
I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah. And see if his I'm sorry. Her pediatrician should be able to recommend something. Is that who she deals with for her autism?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Tell them
And I don't
specifically.
want her to put her on any medications.
No, you don't have to be. No,
That's gonna be another fight. And I
no,
don't want to.
you don't have to. That's your choice. That's your no. But what you want to do is you want to talk to the doctor and say, hey, I want to see a behavior specialist. The medicine is mama's or daddy's choice. They can't force you to put your child on medication.
Mm.
They can suggest something, but that's your choice, Sonia. But behavior specialists look into that, and maybe they can do some kind of therapy. Recommend you to what would be best for her to work with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe another parent, maybe in the group, has some other ideas, but that's my recommendation. I would say get with a behavior specialist, someone that works under a doctor. DeAndre sees one that works under his neurologist, so she was the one, and he's been seeing her for the last few years. So she recommended all the little programs he's in,
Yeah.
and
It
it
has
helps.
to be somebody she's comfortable with too.
Yeah, yeah.
And she doesn't open up to anybody unless she feels it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
We gotta break her. We gotta open her up. Come on, Queen.
Something. I grew all that pretty hair out and she pulled it all out and then cut it. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
It's shorter than yours, Nita.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it? Wow. Well, she's still beautiful. Sure.
Yes, she is. That's my baby.
It's okay, Pammy. It's okay. Well, when Angie ran out of the doctor's office at 16 so that she could get away from her shot, a regular one, the doc only said she needs a psychiatrist. Well, I did not know why he would say that. I knew my daughter was afraid of needles at 11, but not at 16. I did not expect that. Okay, you didn't expect the psychiatrist. Well, yeah, I think a lot of our babies see psychiatrists. And let me see if Mr. Charles, can you? No. We're going to have to fix that computer, Mr. Charles. You might have to reboot. So yeah, Lori, a lot of our babies on the spectrum, um, psychiatrists or psychologists. Now, if she was recommended to see a psychiatrist, probably was to I'm only assuming medication. Psychologists, on the other hand, um, they don't uh, prescribe medicines. But yeah, even at that age, they would go to see psychiatrists or psychologists.
Now, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Okay. My
Welcome
settings
back.
got messed up. That was the problem.
What was it?
My settings had gotten messed up. And trying to fix the problem, I had messed up the settings.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Charles. So, everybody, that is it for tonight's open discussion. Thank you all for, but the doctor was kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
The doctor was kidding about, okay.
I feel too bad though about losing contact with her for so long, about her giving you the silent treatment. That really,
Mhm.
I can't imagine. My daughter is my only child, and I cannot imagine,
Giving you the silent treatment, right?
for that long, particularly.
Mhm. You are so welcome. So I'm gonna give you guys last parting words, Mr. Charles, for the night.
Well, again, um, somebody apologize for all the period talk on here. You don't need to apologize to me. I've raised a daughter, and I'm married. I've raised a daughter. I know all about that. I remember one time Dorothy had called me to pick her up from school because her period came on unexpectedly, and she, even though of course they sell products in the girls' rooms, but she caught it a little too late, and so I'm familiar with that. You know I'm not embarrassed by hearing that talk. I know I mean, the fact is that
It's a
there are
natural
functions
thing.
of the human body
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
certain functions of the female body, that
Okay. Sonia.
I just want to say, just keep loving our babies and everybody just stay blessed.
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
So
So
we will see you guys. Oh, and I did a poll in the group thinking about Fridays versus Sundays. Depending on the time, maybe Fridays and Sundays. I don't know. But please make sure you guys check out the announcement section in the group. There's a poll to either change our Let's Talk Autism from Sundays to Fridays, or keep it at Sundays, or I don't know. We may do both depending on the time. So make sure you guys vote. Make sure you guys submit your photos for the 2022 Beautiful Faces of Autism calendar. The deadline is the 13th. No photos after that date. The link is in the chat. Also, make sure you guys check out Autism Advocate Parenting Magazine. The executive director will be here Tuesday for an interview and to learn more about the magazine. So I hope you guys can make it. Make sure you vote, Pam. Make sure you put in your vote. Um, Lori says, thank you, Sonia. Yes. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, guys. And I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys make it all happen here. And until next time, and hopefully put those questions in the group, Sonia. Maybe someone that had a late diagnosis, maybe they have suggestions or something of how you can get other service. My suggestion is trying with the doctor, with the behavior specialist, but maybe someone who's had that happen with the late diagnosis can help you better, um, find some answers for her because we want to get her open. Open up that door, Queen. Open up.
She used to love to talk, and now it's like nothing.
She doesn't want to.
All right.
Yeah, make sure you're there, Lori. Tuesday. I'll be interviewing the executive director, Jenny Crawford, of the magazine. And if you come with your questions, please. You all have a great week. Self-care is, that's right, Danielle. Self-care is mandatory. Mandatory, you guys. And Danielle, I think that's what our next year, we're going to do another virtual. This time we're going to do it right. Uh, we're going to do another virtual autism awareness thing. This time we're going to do it by invitation and leave it open in Facebook. Because last time we left it open in the Zoom and it just went crazy. But anyway, we're going to focus on self-care for the parents for our April Awareness Day. More information about that will be coming, as we get closer to time. But yeah, self-care is mandatory. Thank you, Danielle. Pam said, I'll be there. Thank you. Yay. All right, you guys, I'm out. I need to go to bed.
Okay. Have a good
Good
night.
I
night.
appreciate you all.
Nita and Sonia and everybody else.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.